And you get so happy when you create something people use.
Absolutely.
Right? And that happiness cannot beat any, salary. We Indians love real estate, right? Like more than 85% of our net worth, like an average Indian's worth, is in real estate. Imagine me, who's like a 20-year-old, telling my father who's 50, and my father's 50 and is saying online. So it's literally the opposite.
For all the young guys who are going to watch it, it's going to be very inspiring. कि कैसे हम गिरते हैं, उठते हैं, गिरते उठते हैं, पर चलते जाते हैं, वो important.
Correct. We cannot go wrong in that because people rely on data.
Absolutely.
Right? And entire real estate business is based on trust. Our only motto of Propreturns is हमें trustworthy बनना है and transparent बनना है with each and every data point.
As a human being, हमें गलत होना पसंद ही नहीं है, मुझे भी नहीं. But आज का जो एपिसोड है, वो कुछ ऐसा है जहाँ पे मुझे एडमिट करना पड़ेगा कि मैं गलत नहीं सोचता हूँ. Why? Because मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि रियल एस्टेट का जो ट्रांजैक्शन का प्रॉब्लम है ये बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए एक कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सोल्यूशन ही लगेगा. But then I met this guy. His name is Kenish Shah. His company is Proprietary, which has taken a very important problem that the real estate industry has, and they have solved it with a very simple solution. Why do I call it simple? What is it that they are doing? Is what we are going to be discovering today. काफी टाइम कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स के जो सॉल्यूशंस हैं वो सिंपल भी हो सकते हैं और वो अगर सिंपल होते हैं तो वो स्केल फास्टर होते हैं. These guys have proven that at the age of 24 you can change the world, you can change the whole industry, and that is what the most inspiring part about this episode is going to be. At the age of 24, I knew nothing, but they are creating something which is amazing and very, very beautiful. So let me not waste more time. Let me take you through the narrative of how they started Propreturns, what are they doing with it, and how they got backed by Y Combinator and some of the best names into the VC ecosystem and angel investing ecosystem to join them on their cap table. So let's welcome Kenish from Propreturns.
So Kenish, welcome to the show Sleepless Strangers. यार जब भी तुझसे मिलता हूँ ना तो आई नो फॉर श्योर दैट आई रियली गेट इंस्पायर्ड क्योंकि मुझे आइडिया नहीं है कि मैं 25 साल की एज में कर क्या रहा था.
24
में तो बिल्कुल ही आइडिया नहीं था मुझे कि मैं क्या कर रहा था. सो अमेजिंग Kenish, and you always have inspired me and all the young guys that I work with. I keep quoting that if you have to really look at that what can be done at the early age or early 20s, this guy is someone that you all can look at. And to the audience, let me tell you that ये प्रॉब्लम्स आप लोगों ने भी लाइफ में सोची होंगी कि हम एज में बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, हम शायद 28 के हो गए, 29 के हो गए, लाइफ में करना क्या है. कभी कभी है ना एक रास्ते पे चल देना चाहिए. कभी कभी जो माँ बाप कर रहे हो शायद उसमें भी हमें प्यार ढूंढ लेना चाहिए और वो सेक्टर्स के साथ प्यार कर लेना चाहिए क्योंकि Kenish, I know that you belong to a real estate background.
Correct.
Your father has been in this space for a very, very long time. And I believe that is the time that you fell in love. But I would love to know from you कि यार dad काम कर रहे थे and what is it that you saw in real estate that you are attracted to it? And then how did the Propreturns journey happen?
Sure. So overall, my family has been in real estate for almost approximately 50 years, right? Which is a very long time. And things have changed in the entire 50 years journey, right?
Wow.
Earlier, my grandfather who started the entire business, things were highly based on gut, right? Trust, relationship, gut. And over time, technology came in, right? Startups like us came in, startups like you came in, right? A lot of things changed in the industry. Things started being more data dependent,
Absolutely.
Right? And more organized. And we all know real estate is it's a very disorganized industry. Not many things are transparent, right? So how this journey started is, I was sitting with my father one day and obviously my family is into real estate broking, also a little bit into real estate development.
Yes.
So mainly based in the south part of Bombay. So I was sitting with my father and we were just trying to, we were just watching some random videos about US startups, how they're making their name, how data plays a huge role, right? And we were just thinking that a lot of decisions, like in India, especially when people invest in real estate, just before that, we Indians love real estate, right? Like more than 85% of our net worth, like an average Indian's worth, is in real estate.
Absolutely.
But the problem is that 85%, a good portion of it is not income generating.
True that.
It's just an asset which is lying,
Absolutely.
right? And maybe residential, maybe commercial, etc. So I was sitting with my dad, and my dad was like, why not, allow people to invest in income generating real estate,
Okay.
give them access to data, give them access to great investment opportunities completely online.
Okay.
And when he said completely online, I said that's not possible.
Right.
Because real estate has always been
A physical
offline,
touch-based.
right?
Yeah.
Offline, touch-based.
Bilkul.
So imagine me, who's like a 20-year-old, telling my father who's 50,
Yeah.
and my father's 50 and is saying online. So
Wow.
it's literally the
Opposite.
opposite. Yeah, literally the opposite. So I was like, that's not possible. How, etc. Kaise karenge? And so he's like, no, it's completely possible. You give people complete all the models. So traditionally, what happens is there is an asset class in real estate which is pre-leased.
Right.
It's called pre-leased. It's a huge asset class, and actually not a lot of people know about it. Pre-leased basically means, if there was a simple way to explain, any commercial office space, shop, bank, warehouse, school, anything, any asset class which is already rented out,
Yeah.
and you purchase it,
Yeah.
then you get income from day one.
Absolutely.
Rental income for day one. So pre-leased, pehle se rented out. So pre-leased allows you to completely earn rental income from day one. Very safe investment, right? And the yields, like the rental returns in pre-leased assets, are almost 3 to 5 times what residential real estate earns in India, which is around 2 to 3% maximum.
Got it.
3% to upper, 2% is like, pre-leased allows you to earn 7 to 8, 7 to 9% in today's term. So, coming back, a lot of pre-leased real estate transactions are done very offline. Financial models are circulated on Excel. WhatsApp message hota hai, template where people circulate ki this is the pre-lease property, this is the return, this is the rental. So a lot of data was not complete when it was when these proposals were going out to investors.
Yeah.
Investors who want to invest 5 crores, 10 crores, 15 crores, 20 crores, it needs to be very organized.
Absolutely.
You can't make a decision just based on a WhatsApp message which is 20 words, right?
Right.
So that's where we felt there was a big gap in the industry, and that gap was that to make investment real estate more organized.
Got it.
So me and my father was just discussing and saying that first time in India,
Right.
हमें पूरा pre-lease का business online लेके आना था, and which is why all the financial models, Excel models, everything,
Yeah.
each and every data point about the property, what rental, exact to the decimal point, needed to be online. We cannot go wrong in that because people rely on data,
Absolutely.
right? And entire real estate business is based on trust.
Got
So our only motto of Propreturns is हमें trustworthy बनना है and transparent बनना है with each and every data point. So that's how it started. We started doing transactions offline.
Okay.
That's how Propreturns actually started. And every business doesn't just start online. You have to do something offline. You have to test it out, see
समझ में भी आता है कि क्या
Correct.
challenges होंगे कल scale
Exactly.
करने में. Absolutely.
Correct.
Yeah.
And customers need to see value in you as a person and you as a business.
बिल्कुल.
Right, so we started offline. We started working with clients. I think we reached a stage where we started working with almost 50 to 100 clients, and we said, this is a business which can be made online.
Got it.
Fortunately, because we took it online, today we're working with almost 15,000 investors.
Wow.
So we started with 10 to 50, and this is the, maximum you can reach on an offline basis is 100, 200, 300. You can't continuously be engaging.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because we're online, we work with 15,000. So, that's how the journey started. My father was a true inspiration. He really, thought that, you can break the barriers of real estate.
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं कि last 50 साल से ऐसे चल रहा है, so it needs to be done the same thing. And a big motivator to that entire idea were my partners, obviously.
I'm pretty sure.
My two co-founders, right, brilliant from tech,
Yeah.
brilliant from marketing. So we got the best combination of tech, marketing, and real estate
Wow.
business. So that's how we three met. That's how Propreturns started.
Super.
And yeah, I mean, that's a little bit about how our journey sort of
Super.
ignited.
So let me tell you, whenever that your father talks about you, I know he feels so proud, so proud. So whenever that I've engaged, before talking about himself, he's talking about you. Before talking about his business, he's talking about you. So I'm pretty sure that, he must have been a great inspiration to you and one of the largest force behind this success story of yours. So taking a little break here and telling our audience, कैनिश ने बात की यील्ड्स की. पहले उन्होंने बताया कि प्री-लीज्ड एसेट्स क्या होते हैं, फिर उन्होंने बोला यील्ड्स क्या होते हैं. तो एक सिंपल भाषा में अगर आपको मैं समझाऊं, जब आप 100 रुपए इन्वेस्ट करते हैं रियल एस्टेट के अंदर, तो रेसिडेंशियल के अंदर हम उम्मीद कर सकते हैं कि अगर हम उसको रेंट पे डालें तो साल में हर साल हमें 2 रुपए मिल जाएंगे, 2-2.25 रुपए मिल जाएंगे. वही चीज अगर आप एक कमर्शियल एसेट में डालते हैं, अगर वो रेंट पे जाती है, तो वो इंडिया में एक पैरामीटर है 3%, 3.5% का, जहां पे योर opportunities are that this can, if वो pre-lease assets हैं और अच्छे deals हैं, we can go as high as 6 to 7% in the
even So in fact, if it's an office space, let's say example लेता हूँ, there is a property, let's say where we're sitting and it's rented out to Google, for example.
Yes.
If you want to invest in that asset, you get rental from Google, great company to get rental, very safe investment. But more importantly, your returns usually are in the range of 100 rupiya pe. You can earn as high as 9 rupees and it can start from 7 rupees. And this is purely only from the rental.
Wow.
On top of that, the underlying value of the property also increases.
जिसको हम अपना
capital appreciation
कहते हैं.
Correct.
तो guys, ये पार्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है समझना. इस एपिसोड में अगर आप जब कन्वर्सेशन करेंगे, तो ये दो चीजें कि आप जब रियल एस्टेट में इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं तो उसका प्राइस जब बढ़ता है उसको हम कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन की तरह करते हैं. और 100 रुपए का प्रॉपर्टी था आज, पर वो कल 200 का हो गया. शायद 10 साल लगे या शायद 20 साल लगे, पर आपका हर एक साल में कुछ इंक्रीमेंट हो रहा है, आपके अप्रिसिएशन हो रहे हैं आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट पे. दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. एंड दूसरी चीज, जो आपको रेंट से पैसा आ रहा है वो भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड वो भी आपकी अर्निंग है. यहाँ पे कैनिश ने जैसे बताया कि अगर गूगल या कोई अच्छी डील आपको मिली हुई है प्री-लीज एसेट्स में, तो 9% भी आप कमा सकते हैं. यानी कि आप 11वें साल में ब्रेक इवन कर जाएंगे अपने प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट पे. तो आपने 100 रुपए डाले, 11वें साल में तो केवल आप रेंट से ही उतना पैसा कमा लेंगे जो आपने डाला है. आपका जो अप्रिसिएशन हुआ होगा 11वें साल तक का, वो अलग. सो रियल एस्टेट में इन्वेस्टमेंट की जो अपॉर्चुनिटी है वो बहुत ही मजबूत और ठोस है, एंड उसी के बारे में आज हम चर्चा करने वाले हैं कैनिश के साथ. सो कैनिश, वन थिंग in this journey, there's one thing that I know more which you have not talked about, and I really want you to talk about it to our viewers, because जो Propreturns की आपकी जो कहानी है, वो आपने जब टीवी देखते हुए जो आइडिया है, उससे पहले भी एक जर्नी है आपकी as an entrepreneur. Can you put some light there, because I know that story a little bit, and I know for all the young guys who are going to watch it, it's going to be very inspiring. कि कैसे हम गिरते हैं, उठते हैं, गिरते हैं, उठते हैं, पर चलते जाते हैं, वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. तो could you some light on it?
100%.
Yeah.
So how the entire journey started is I enrolled into engineering, right?
Yeah.
And civil engineer, and my best friends were mechanical engineers and computer science engineers.
Very nice. Okay.
Right? So
you guys are room partners.
So my co-founders today, we've been same dorm mates, since 2016. So 2016 से लेके अभी तक good like 6-7 years.
Beautiful.
Right? So best friends, dorm mates, etc. So how the entire journey started, which is your question, right? So my two partners who are there today with me, they have always been entrepreneur in nature.
Got it.
So they've started really successful companies, built products, right? Exited some of their companies to, good giant companies based in Dubai. So I entered a later stage. They already had startups running, and to be very honest, as a civil engineer, the job opportunities are not that high. And as an engineer, you end up learning everything. True. Right? Not only your own discipline. So in my journey of civil engineering, every kid who studies engineering can relate to this. You end up having a lot of interest in finance, then you skip towards startup, then come back to your core discipline, then again go back to startups.
Absolutely.
This is how a 4-year journey works, right? True. Everyone sort of has that journey. So they were running a lot of successful startups, etc. and I saw them, I got really inspired. I said that, and they had startups since the age of, since they started college, 18 years old. Yeah. So, or even before that. That's how I got inspired, watching them like creating products.
Great product.
And you get so happy when you create something people use.
Absolutely.
Right? And that happiness cannot beat any salary, any CTC, etc. Right?
Absolutely.
So that's what I sort of I was obviously working in finance. I was learning a lot of things, and I said, you know what, let me start a startup. And to be very honest, the college I was in, the placement opportunities were not that very great. So I was a by default entrepreneur. I call myself a by default entrepreneur. And a lot of entrepreneurs in India and in the world are by default.
Absolutely.
You missed out somewhere else and you started a company.
True that.
Right? So, that's how the journey started. Like in my second year of engineering, I started another company with them, with my co-founders who already started companies before.
And this was into what space?
So this was actually a delivery startup.
Okay.
Yeah, very different. So a lot of people today know Zepto, right? Zepto, Dunzo, a lot of these. So in Dubai, this concept was not that big, right? And this was also in 2018. So anyways, 2018 to Zepto tha nahi.
Yeah.
Right? Or very early stages maybe. So we wanted to do delivery anytime, anywhere, and anything.
For Dubai market.
For Dubai. So anything, anytime, anywhere. This was and we started a company called Briscoe. So that was our first startup. Really, learned everything there is which you can go wrong in a startup there.
Got it.
From where you should put money, where you should not put money, right? What mistakes to make, how to pitch to investors, everything. So you always learn it the hard way, not like you're going to be successful in your first startup. So we started that together. Miserably failed, and I'm very proud that I miserably.
Who was putting the money? How much did you lose?
We did not raise anything.
Okay.
We were planning, so we were kids, right? Literally kids, engineers.
So best way to hustle.
Best way to hustle.
पैसे में कैसे करना पता होता.
कम पैसे में कैसे करना. So we were like, very interesting story. Actually, a lot of people don't know.
Sure.
So how we started is, and तभी Zepto जैसा कुछ था नहीं.
बिल्कुल.
But we saw a need. The need was a lot of people in college, right, are very lazy.
Absolutely.
Pathetically lazy. And laziness brings money.
Yes.
Right? Someone being lazy brings money. Zomato, Zepto, Swiggy, etc. Right? So what happened is our hostel and our hostel's gate was a 1 kilometer walk approximately.
Got it.
Right? And from the gate, there was one grocery which was another 1.5 kilometer walk. So that was the nearest grocery.
Got it.
हमें hostel में inside our campus in Dubai, we did not have a grocery. So what used to happen is people were very lazy to walk to the grocery. So, and we were engineers. We wanted to make money. We're like, कुछ ना कुछ तो करना है, फोड़ना है. College में कुछ ना कुछ. So very crazy. We did a pilot run. And we created a WhatsApp, sort of an application, but based on WhatsApp.
Got it.
In such a way that we sent it to everyone in each and every dorm, right? Promoted like crazy, wherein you can order anything till the room of your door.
Got it.
Anytime, anywhere, anything from the grocery store. And we used to charge around 3 dirhams per delivery.
3 dirhams per
3 dirhams per delivery. And people are so lazy, they paid 3 to 5 dirhams per delivery. And milk ke liye,
at the college level.
At college level, 3 to 5.
3 dirhams would mean around 60
rupees,
bucks for
correct. That time 55 is 50 rupees. Correct. So that was our. So what used to happen is we three, like me, 2 co-founders, we used to walk. So I used to we used to get orders on WhatsApp, right? And crazy, like in a day we used to get 20-30 orders, and we were only 3 of us.
Yeah.
So मैं क्लास छोड़ के डिलीवरी लेके आता था धूप में दुबई में समर टाइम में. It goes till 48-46 degrees Celsius. So I used to leave class, I used to tell the teacher कि मैं आ रहा हूँ bathroom. I used to go get the delivery, give it to the guy's
Yeah.
room, and then come back. So that's how we built the business. So
Wow.
basically, our idea was never Zepto. Our idea was just to solve a problem and make money.
And see कि ये यहाँ पे चल सकता है तो बाहर चलेगा
बाहर चलेगा कि नहीं. And it was never a pilot. It was just कि करते हैं.
Absolutely.
And this way we made like I think 1,000-2,000 dirhams just like that. Like,
Wow.
And 3 of us and no staff, nothing. 3 of us doing deliveries like a delivery driver.
Good.
So that's how the journey started.
Super.
So that
I
was.
didn't know about this story.
Yeah,
See,
this is a more. This I don't tell many
Yeah.
people. I mean, only me and my co-founders know, and obviously family also. I don't think they know
Okay.
because they would not like कि मैंने इतना सारा पैसे education के लिए और तुम delivery करने जा रहे हो.
ये 2,000 dirham कमाने के लिए
Delivery कर. So we used
This
to.
is always good for all the young guys. Like college days से आप कुछ ना कुछ हसल ढूंढ लो और शुरू हो जाओ.
Yeah.
I believe that really inspires. I personally have had this similar kind of a story, but then when I learned my entrepreneurship play, but today is about you.
Yeah.
So continue.
Yeah, no, I was just so what I was saying is that that's how like we learned it. We used to do deliveries day and night. Like there used to be some orders which used to come. People were so lazy. Zomato wala banda,
Yeah.
right? He used to come to the gate
Yeah.
of our hostel. Now the gate to the room was like I told you a kilometer.
Absolutely.
For that we used to charge 1.5 dirham just to get from the gate,
Wow.
collect it and give it to their room. So this became viral in our institute. So other institutes started asking about it.
Yeah.
Like there were so many universities कि यार ये सर्विस आप प्रोवाइड करो. मैं बोला हम तो खाली इधर
हम जहाँ भाग सकते हैं वहीं पे आते हैं.
हाँ एंड कॉलेज में इतनी डिमांड थी.
Absolutely.
Everyone knew about Briscoe.
Yeah.
Like college में. Like I think at one point of time everyone knew कि यार तू delivery करता है ना.
Got it.
So not like so, and people used to laugh. I mean, obviously everyone would laugh कि यार तू engineering करने आया and you're doing my deliveries.
Yeah.
People at one point of time they also wanted, and there was one button in the application where you can ask anything.
Okay.
So people used to ask us to collect their laundry.
Yeah.
People used to ask us to collect like random things like books from the main study
Yeah.
like hall to their dorm, etc. So
Wow.
and we used to get paid for that.
Wow.
So we literally became like Dunzo, Swiggy, etc. But that time there was nothing like that. 2018 man.
Superb.
So that's how the journey started, and then we that was a business. Started couple of more things, entrepreneur, and I would say so. After this business, we started one more. It's like a personal assistant.
Got it.
It became like a bigger version of Briscoe,
Yeah.
and a personal assistant for all your needs. So we made it completely online, allowed people to sort of get service through online, etc. And yeah, COVID happened. Fortunately, unfortunately, came back to India and started Propreturns.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Kenish, I am fascinated. I've got many questions, and I'm very sure थोड़ा बहुत पेशेंस रख के आप जवाब देते जाना. मुझे जानना है हमारे ऑडियंस के लिए प्रॉपर्टर्स को बहुत सिंपल सी भाषा में अगर उनको समझना हो तो आप कैसे समझाओगे?
Sure. So very simply, how I like to explain it is Propreturns is like Amazon, but for real estate investments, right?
Wow.
So it is India's today leading, and I mean one of the largest real estate investment marketplace.
Got it.
जैसे बिग बाजार but for real estate investments, right? You can pretty much choose what you want, what ticket size you want, what return you're looking at, what type of asset class. आपको ऑफिस खरीदना है, शॉप खरीदना है, वेयरहाउस खरीदना है, बैंक खरीदना है, anything you want to buy a stressed property, anything you want in investment real estate, you can find it on our platform. So today we have, I mean just quickly, we have over 800 assets on the platform, and like I mentioned, we work with 15,000 investors. So pretty much every type of asset class you can find on the platform. Like I said, Amazon. So पूरी variety मिलती है. Whatever you're looking to invest based on your age, anything. And last I wanted to just say, best part on the platform, you can, if आपको 500 रुपए invest करना है real estate या 500 करोड़, you can come on one single platform which is Propreturns.
Absolutely. और ये 500 कैसे इन्वेस्ट करते हैं उस क्वेश्चन को भी हम उनसे पूछेंगे, पर अभी के लिए आपको समझ में आ गया होगा. एंड कैनिश ने मुझे एक बार बहुत प्यार से समझाया था कि हम Amazon है और जीरो था भी है,
Zero था.
राइट एट द सेम टाइम, क्योंकि हमारे पास कोई एक मार्केट प्लेस नहीं है, हम एक रिटर्न्स की भी एश्योरिटी लगभग दे रहे हैं कि आप इन्वेस्ट करिए और पैसा बढ़ते हुए देखिए. एंड तभी मैंने इनको कहा था कि Amazon का खुद का जो लोगो है वो A to Z की तरफ जाता है, एंड दैट इज वेयर द A and Z you have got. So very simple language में अगर आप Propreturns को जानना चाहते हैं तो Amazon के लोगो को देखिए, and A to Z of
real
that
estate
investments is Propreturns. So Kenish, before going to this investment ticket sizes, मुझे एक और क्वेश्चन पूछना है जो आपकी कैटेगरी से रिलेटेड है. तो यार मैं जब बड़ा हो रहा था, you know, while growing up, I saw my dad. He was very passionate about share market, real estate as well. And over a period of between late 90s to 2010, I've seen him doing investment in real estate.
Correct.
Fortunately, all those investments have given us yields and good capital appreciation as well. So I got lucky. My dad got lucky.
Correct.
But I know a few case stories where people have not.
Exactly.
वो एक अनऑर्गेनाइज मार्केट है. लोगों को गट फीलिंग में कोई प्रोजेक्ट आया कमर्शियल में या रेसिडेंशियल में, लोगों को लगता है कि यार ये तो सही है, मैं इनको जानता हूँ, और डाल दिया.
Correct.
पर वहां पे फिर देखा कि यार वो प्रोजेक्ट जो बनना था शायद बना नहीं. वो जो जमीन उनको लगी जो कल बढ़ेगी और बहुत सारा पैसा लाएगी, वो जमीन का कुछ फ्यूचर में हुआ नहीं.
Exactly.
एंड पैसे डूब गए, राइट. सो ये जो कैटेगरी के लिए जो एक लोग का डर भी रहा है, आई गेस आप लोग ये जो कैटेगरी नया क्रिएट कर रहे हो, वहां पे एक नया अवेयरनेस भी क्रिएट कर रहे हो. और ये जितने भी लोग हैं जो अलग अलग अपने अपने गट ड्रिवन कॉल्स ले रहे थे, आप उनको एक ऑर्गेनाइज फॉर्म में यहाँ एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाना चाहते हो. सो कुड यू जस्ट टेल कि ये कैटेगरी जो है वो कैसे ग्रो कर रही है, किस स्पीड से ग्रो कर रही है, एंड इसका पोटेंशियल आखिर है क्या? ये सारे अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड लोग कभी जुड़ पाएंगे क्या? और अगर जुड़ गए तो उसमें पोटेंशियल क्या होगी? व्हाट इज इट दैट एवरीबॉडी कैन एक्सपेक्ट, एंड एज अ मार्केट हाउ डू यू सी हाउ बिग दिस कैन ग्रो?
Correct. So, first of all, like the entire idea of Propreturns is for luck not to play a part in real estate investment, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it worked for you, but
very lucky,
touch wood. But it does not work for everyone, right? So everything should be relied upon data.
True.
And our motto from day one has been that you should be like radically transparent about each and every fact about the asset, so that people don't make the mistake. See, people are investing their hard-earned money.
Absolutely.
And Indians love real estate, but that love should not lead to bad decisions.
Absolutely.
Right? So I mean, this entire industry, like what we are creating at Propreturns, we are creating India's largest real estate investment ecosystem.
True.
Right? And to build this ecosystem, or for this investment ecosystem to grow, people need to be more aware of the type of asset classes which there are, more aware about how data can play a role, right? For example, like I'm sure there are so many data platforms, right? CRE Matrix, PropStack, etc. Right, which give you that data, give you that layer of data which helps you make the decision faster.
True.
So that is one layer of our entire process.
Got it.
One layer is data. You need to make the right investment decision. We give all our investors access to data,
Got it.
access to what rental transactions have happened, also being completely transparent about it. So that is one layer. But for the entire ecosystem to grow, right, we are seeing a lot of experienced investors. For example, your father, right, or people in that generation who were born in their 1960s, 70s ish, right? We're seeing a lot of people partner with us, a lot of investors work with us, because they have realized that this is the right way to invest. You can't invest solely based on gut, right? That has changed over the years. Pehle gut worked, right? But right now there are so many opportunities to invest into. You don't have access to them. Earlier, limited opportunities were there. So it's fine if you invest based on word, on gut, but now there are so many opportunities. Who will tell you which is the right, which is the wrong, which makes more sense, etc.
True.
So we've seen a lot of people join us on this mission, not only from the demand side, but a lot of developers, a lot of sellers on the platform. Like, just to share with you, I don't think I've ever shared this, but last year we closed almost one transaction every 8 days on the platform. And that just shows how many people participate in the ecosystem, how many people love discovering real estate online, seeing each and every data metric, playing around with the financials on the platform. Like experienced veteran investors, 55, 60-year-olds are coming on the platform, which is why we made it super easy to use. And
Beautiful.
discovering 25, 30 crore assets online. So
Beautiful.
that's the beauty about being online.
What is the biggest transaction that you have done so far?
Biggest transaction, our biggest would be, I think, 50 crores.
Wow.
One single transaction.
Wow. And which location in Bombay?
Navi Mumbai.
Navi Mumbai, 50
Yeah.
crores. Wow. One more question. Could you also tell us कि यार ये जो market है वो कितना बड़ा हो पाएगा? Like, where do you think कि Propreturns would be transacting in 2030? What is the GMV, GTV that we can expect?
2030?
Yeah.
2030, I mean, I don't have a
Let's go to 2025.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
because 2030 would be, I mean, usually how my mind
तब
works.
तो trillions पे पहुंच जाएगी.
I mean, fortunate touch wood, but
Yeah.
I mean, how my mind works is thoda next 1-2 years I'm
Okay.
stuck with. I don't know what will
Got
happen. Whatever God wishes will happen. But yeah. I mean, for us, the next 2 years are very crucial, right? And that's how I think.
Yeah.
And next 2 years, reaching 1,000 crore GTV
Yeah.
yearly is our goal, and which we think we can easily hit around 1,000 to 1,500 crores ke beech mein.
Okay.
Of transaction volume through the platform, and I still think that is nothing.
Get it.
Like, to be very honest, there have been a lot of companies based in the US who have hit over a tenure of 5 years approximately $2 billion of transactions GTV purely in the investment real estate space.
Brilliant.
So the entire category which we are creating, right, is income generating real estate. But it doesn't need to be only constrained to one asset class. It can be anything which is income generating. Right? But the beauty is we are a marketplace. So we don't own any product, which is why we're able to give this liquidity to the platform.
Absolutely. So for all the people and the audiences who are watching, जब हम asset class बोल रहे हैं, उसका मतलब ये है कि real estate में अगर आप देखेंगे तो काफी तरीके की opportunities हैं जहाँ पे आप invest कर सकते हैं. तो asset classes में एक है investment के लिए residential, एक है commercial, एक है हमारा plotting जो हमारे farmlands हैं, और एक है हमारे पास warehousing. Is there anything warehouses? Is there anything that I've found?
Yeah, so schools.
Banks.
School is a great asset class.
Yeah.
Banks are also very good.
So banks is an asset class as well.
Yeah, I mean banks, shops,
Shops,
anything ground floor, retail basically.
Got it.
So retail, offices, warehouses,
Yeah.
schools, even data centers.
Data centers.
Great income generating opportunity,
Absolutely.
right? So these are some traditional asset classes which a lot of people don't have exposure to. I mean, आज के time में without Propreturns or forget Propreturns, without an online platform in general, the traditional way to invest in real estate would be buying a house or buying a good commercial property in your area which is coming up. You don't have access to income generating real estate.
Absolutely. So Kenish, इसी क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड मैं 3 से 4 बैक टू बैक क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा.
Sure, please.
So पहला क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि हम लोग रेसिडेंशियल या कमर्शियल तो समझ गए, पर यार ये वेयर हाउसिंग की अपॉर्चुनिटी है, डेटा सेंटर की अपॉर्चुनिटी है, ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज को हम जानेंगे कैसे? तो उसके लिए मुझे क्वेश्चन आपसे ये है कि ये जो आप इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज हमें बताते हो, उसका ड्यू डिलिजेंस आप कैसे करते हो? हाउ डू आई नो कि यार ये सही है जो आपने किया है? डू यू शेयर एनीथिंग विद अस कि आपका ये ड्यू डिलिजेंस इसलिए है, ये आपका प्रॉमिस है, राइट? एंड इसकी अवेयरनेस कि मुझे रेसिडेंशियल कमर्शियल समझ में आता है, पर डेटा सेंटर में क्या होता है मुझे नहीं पता.
Correct.
What are you doing to make me aware about this?
Exactly. So, I mean, there are a couple of layers.
Yeah.
Number one, obviously, would be every time an investor comes on the platform, the entire process is really, really smooth in the sense that we or our team will share with you complete data of, so let's say I'm showing you a property or there is an opportunity on the platform which is in let's say for example Lower Parel, right, as a micro market. Now in Lower Parel you're a new investor. For you, right, you don't know what the rates are, you don't know what the rental trends are, you don't know in this particular building kya rate pe transactions hue, and you also don't trust many people to tell you that आपको ये लेना चाहिए, आपको नहीं लेना चाहिए, etc.
Got it.
So for us, I mean, this is just one layer, but whenever we show someone an asset, we give them a complete walkthrough and share the data. Obviously, we have our own data set of transactions which have happened.
Sure.
Right? We share the registry data with each and every investor to make it as transparent as possible. Ki it's ultimately your decision to invest or not. But you should be relied upon this data.
Okay.
Second, we do a lot of education. I mean, we have focused from day one. You will see a lot of content on Propreturns, on Instagram, social media, LinkedIn. We focus a lot on investor education, right? What type of asset classes are there? Where are good micro markets to invest in Mumbai? Right? What asset class fetches the highest return, etc. So there are a couple of layers where how the entire process moves from the data part to the social media to our team being very knowledgeable. Fortunately, we've got a very strong team who knows the ins and outs of real estate. And we want that same knowledge which we have with us should be completely shared with our investors and our customers.
Okay. So now, आपका due diligence process मुझे समझ में आ गया. Yeah.
So just to add, in the due diligence, this is just the initial part.
Okay.
Right? I mean, from being accurate with each and every number on the platform, how much rent is this property earning, how much area it is. You can't go wrong ki 300 ka carpet hai and when you actually measure 200 ka nikle. You can't go wrong with all these things. These are very, very important. You're paying your hard-earned money. So we do a very thorough diligence from the initial standpoint to check, is the area matching, is the rent matching with the registered transactions, etc. A second layer, which is obviously when you buy a property, you do your title diligence, right? That is something which we provide each and every investor with our partners, with our lawyers who we've partnered up with. You can use them.
Okay.
But that is the second step. The primary step, which is 90% of the due diligence, is the numbers. The numbers should not be wrong, should be accurate. You should know the area, the micro market.
ऐसा कभी होता है कि आपने कोई एक लिस्टिंग डाली है,
Correct.
जो एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, बट आपको लग रहा है कि जो ये लिस्टिंग का जो प्राइस का जो डिमांड है वो ऑटोमेटिकली ऑलरेडी बहुत ज्यादा है, जिसकी वजह से कल अगर मैं पैसा डालता हूँ तो मे बी द यील्ड का जो मेरा जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है या जो मेरा अप्रिसिएशन का जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है, बिकॉज मैं ऑलरेडी प्रीमियम में
Correct, you're buying it at a premium.
तो गलत हो जाएगा. तो एज अ इन्वेस्टर आई कैन गो रॉन्ग. I might lose money and may not get the real output out of what I'm expecting out of you. So do you face this kind of situation? And if you do, आप उस समय क्या करते हो? उस listings के साथ आप फिर क्या करते हो?
Correct. So
back and converse.
Yeah, so we are a marketplace, right? A lot of sellers, because we're a two-sided marketplace, buyers and sellers, right? So sellers and definitely like buyers, sellers and channel partners. We work with thousands of channel partners who trust us, who we love working with, right? For the entire transaction flow. But a lot of sellers come on the platform, list their property, right? When they list a property doesn't just get listed on the platform. Our team vets each and every asset they list for almost a period of 48 hours to check if it's in par with the market value. Is it accurate enough? You can't just, it's not an open listing platform. And that is something which we've always kept from day one. We will sacrifice on quantity, but we don't want to sacrifice on quality of the listings.
Absolutely.
Right? Which is why we are very limited. 800 listings, but the best of the best.
Got it.
Right? So, sorry, coming to your question, I think.
So, अगर मेरे को पता चल रहा है, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि बहुत ज़्यादा प्राइस पे आपने कोट किया हुआ है.
So, we usually don't list assets which we feel we are not confident about. Or we feel that there is some kind of I don't know how the right way to term it, but there is a disparity.
Got it.
It is incongruent to the market value, etc. A lot of things.
Got it.
So we don't list these assets, or if we list it, our algorithm automatically rates assets. So we've created an entire algorithm about each and every listing where there is a scoring system based on how much yield the property is generating. To is it in par with the market value? What is the micro market like? How much activity is it seeing in leasing? So each and every property is assigned a score, and automatically the assets which are good come on the top, so that an investor should know that these are the transactable assets, and then when you go down, the score decreases. You can even filter on the rating, high to low. You can filter on ticket size, how much return you want, which micro market, connectivity, everything on the platform. Yeah.
Super. So guys, हमने ड्यू डिलिजेंस समझा, हमने ये समझा कि अगर प्राइस ओवर वैल्यू करके रखा है तो प्रॉपर्टर्स टीम से हम क्या उम्मीद कर सकते हैं कि वो बैकएंड में क्या काम कर रहे हैं. नाउ मेरे दो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल हैं. मैं आपके पास आ रहा हूँ क्योंकि मुझे चाहिए डील्स.
Correct.
अगर मुझे मेरे प्रॉमिस की डिलीवरी नहीं मिली, मुझे डील्स नहीं मिलते हैं,
Correct.
तो मैं आपके साथ क्या कर सकता हूँ?
Correct.
राइट. और ऐसे केसेस आपके पास आते हैं कि यार आपने तो कहा था साल में आप इतना दोगे, ये तो क्या हो गया मेरे साथ.
Correct.
हाउ डू यू हैंडल दोस सिचुएशन?
So, fortunately, like
Yeah.
till now, we've not really come across an investor
Okay.
who has said कि आपने promise किया था, etc. Because like most important thing to note in pre-leased assets are this yield is directly dependent to the tenant,
True.
right? So if I am let's say I'm sitting in a property today and as a tenant,
Yeah.
and I'm paying, for example, 100 rupees a square feet. Let's
Yeah.
just take an example. Now, what is my stickiness to the place?
Yeah.
Right? How sticky am I? How sticky is, for example, Insomniacs, you're sitting here.
Yeah.
Right? So we also do a lot of analysis from that perspective. How sticky is the tenant?
Okay.
What is the quality of the tenant?
Okay.
See, paid up capital, all these are just numbers.
Yeah.
You need to understand, is the tenant sitting, is, for example, Insomniacs sitting at above market rental, at market rental, or below market rental.
Okay.
If you're sitting below market rental or at market rental, there are very less chances you will vacate.
Okay.
So, or ask for a renegotiation in a rental.
Got it.
Right? So, these all factors are very critical. So, whenever we assess an asset or it comes on the platform, there is an entire manual system around that wherein we analyze each and every asset before listing it.
Got it.
So, we make sure that the rental is also as par,
Okay.
so that an investor's return should not be sacrificed.
Got it.
Right? So, and very basic, we never promise any yields because what you're getting is on paper.
Yeah.
What the rental agreement of the tenant has, that is what you're getting as rental income.
Got you.
So there is no promise as such because it's literally on paper. Everything is as per registered agreement.
Yeah.
You're buying the property for 100 rupees, you're getting 7 lakh rent or 7
as
rupees.
As a customer, I get to know कि ये जो प्रॉपर्टी में जिसका मैं पार्ट बन रहा हूँ,
आपके पास
वो
पूरा
उसमें टेनेंट कौन है और
everything. So we obviously are not fractional, right?
Yeah.
So your one investor is to one asset.
Yeah.
So you buy one property, you get complete rent agreement in your name. You
Yes.
know the company is, you know which building, everything.
Yeah.
So everything is on the platform. Literally, we made 90% of the process
Yeah.
for an investor completely online.
True.
Like only 10 to 15% is कि आप हमारी टीम से बात करो. You
Yeah.
get that comfort. Obviously, real estate is a high touch business.
Absolutely.
So obviously there would be people in our team who will give you that comfort, give you that knowledge.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want the discovery process to be online. So everything is on paper. Everything is a registered agreement. You get the rent agreement in your name. You get a reliable tenant who is locked in for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, etc. And you have a
Great.
proper passive income cash flow
Got it.
for a huge period of time.
Got it. So Kenish, आपने एक और चीज बोली, हम फ्रैक्शनल तो नहीं कर रहे.
Correct.
स्टेटमेंट के. I also know that you are not in fractional, and
Correct.
right now, I believe in real estate investment opportunities when we talk, fractional is the buzzword. तो
it is.
weekend home हो गया,
Correct.
plotting
और-
scheme हो गई,
Correct.
या अगर हम लोग कोई कमर्शियल के बात करें, why are you not doing fractional? Are you connected to this space in any manner?
Correct. So there is no particular reason
Yeah.
why we're not doing fractional. I mean, obviously it is a booming space.
Yeah.
A lot of investors want access to assets which they typically can't get because they're all very expensive,
Yeah.
etc. But we've always believed in one phrase is that we would never want to reinvent the system.
Got it.
We feel the traditional system of real estate investing is only so disorganized.
पहले उसको फिक्स कर.
पहले उसको फिक्स करते हैं and one problem at a time,
Got it.
right? So I agree, like we are in a very different space from fractional companies, and what problem they are solving is also very important. But we also feel that the traditional problem of solving real estate to be more investable,
Yeah.
more investable, I would say, more access, right, more options and more transparent.
Yeah.
These problems are very important to solve. I don't want people making decisions based on gut.
Got it.
And that can be solved by solving the foundation and then going upwards. So that is why we don't do fractional, and how we are related to this ecosystem. I mean, all the fractional companies which are there are very close friends, obviously.
Yeah.
We're all in the prop tech space, and
Absolutely.
none of us ever believe in competition, right? It's all about collaboration.
The market is very huge.
Very huge. And it's about collaborating, because
Absolutely, yes.
together we're making this a very mature ecosystem in
Really?
prop tech for India.
True that.
You know, it's a big step which you are taking towards. So we what we believe ourselves is we are a wealth manager for real estate. So wealth tech platform for real estate, where we help you, advise you where you should put your wealth. We distribute fractional also as a product on a platform. And we have multiple other product offerings where you can choose. If आपको fractional invest करना है, आपको office में करना है, shop में करना है, you want another, maybe a share of a real estate company, etc. We advise you.
So as a customer, I come to you and I say कि यार मुझे तो मेरे पास आज 10 लाख रुपए हैं,
Correct.
पर मुझे एक ही जगह नहीं डालना, 4 जगह डाल दो, फ्रैक्शन में मेरे को आप गाइड करो.
Correct.
So you will take me through the other.
We take you to the entire process.
Okay.
We are completely unbiased because we have so many products.
Okay.
Right? None, and best part, we don't own a single product.
Okay.
They're all, it's a marketplace.
Bilkul.
You choose, and we don't advise you.
Yeah.
Our platform is made so beautifully that you can select what you want based on your criteria itself.
Got it.
So you can just filter, play around what return you're looking at, and choose and invest. And then obviously your team, someone from the team will get in touch with you to take the entire process further.
Got it. So guys, just to give you an idea, हम जब fractional buying की बात कर रहे थे, वो एक बहुत ही नया concept है for Indian real estate market, पर आपको जानना बहुत जरूरी है. तो होता क्या है कि एक कमर्शियल प्रॉपर्टी अगर आपको खरीदनी है आपकी सिटी में, अगर आप बॉम्बे में हैं तो कम से कम 1 करोड़ रुपए का शुरुआत
1 करोड़
जो जरूरत है.
Yes.
आप अगर एक अहमदाबाद जैसी सिटी में हो तो भी वहां पे 50-60 लाख की शुरुआत की जरूरत पड़ेगी. अब हर टाइम हमारे पास उतना पैसा जोड़ना, उस पर लोन लेना और इन्वेस्ट करना मुश्किल है. तो फ्रैक्शन यहाँ पर आता है जहाँ पे ये आपको बोलता है यार कि आपके पास अगर कम पैसे हैं, 2 लाख है, 2.5 लाख है, 5 लाख है, तो आप उन प्लेटफॉर्म से जुड़िए. और वो कहता है कि आपका 5 लाख रुपए अगर होंगे तो हम आपको एक कमर्शियल प्रॉपर्टी का पार्ट बना देंगे. मतलब वहां पे एक एसपीवी फॉर्म होती है जहां पे आप 7 या 8 या 10 लोगों के साथ, वो इन्वेस्टमेंट 60 लाख की है, अगर आपने 5 लाख डाले तो ऐसे 12 लोग शायद साथ में आते हैं एंड एक एसपीवी बनाते हैं एंड आप उस प्रॉपर्टी के साथ जुड़ जाते हैं. इससे फायदा ये होता है कि आपके को वेट नहीं करना है कि मुझे 60 लाख होना ही चाहिए. 5 लाख डालें एंड आपको यील्ड्स मिलेंगे आपके रेशियो में.
Correct.
आपको कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन का बेनिफिट भी मिलेगा. तो कल को आपको कोई मौका दिख रहा है जहां पे एक ऐसी प्रॉपर्टी में आपको बिलीव है कि यहाँ पे तो ग्रोथ होने वाली है पर पैसे कम पड़ रहे हैं, तो फ्रैक्शन एज ए इंस्ट्रूमेंट काम आता है. सो कैनिश, मैं आपका ऑलरेडी क्लाइंट हूं सपोज, पर मुझे यार अपने नेक्स्ट 50 लाख रुपए फ्रैक्शनल के थ्रू रूट करने हैं, और मैं कहता हूँ यार मुझे शायद जो ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग खिलाड़ी हैं, जो एचबिच है, स्टार्टा है, आप उनमें से कहाँ पे ले जाओगे. तो would you take me there and would you help me handhold the journey, because I would trust you more than them right now because I've been dealing with you.
Correct.
Will that
Yes.
be possible?
Yes.
I can expect.
Exactly. So we're like pretty much like how I say, it's a purely dedicated real estate wealth platform.
Got it.
Right, and we guide you what makes most sense for you.
Yeah.
I mean, through the platform only you can discover the pros and cons of each and every property listed on the platform.
Got it.
You can compare them, weigh which makes more sense to you.
Absolutely.
So completely unbiased, whatever you choose to invest.
Got it. So मेरा एक बहुत ही लास्ट क्वेश्चन है इस सेगमेंट से रिलेटेड, जो है आपने कहीं कहा कि आपके पास 500 रुपए होंगे तो भी आप हमारे कस्टमर कर सकते हैं. Right? As a customer acquisition strategy, I believe it's a great stroke.
Yeah.
Right? पर मैं आपसे पूछूंगा कि मैं जो 500 रुपए लेकर आ रहा हूँ तो आप मुझे कहाँ वो पैसे डालने वाले हो.
Correct.
और मैं क्या उम्मीद कर सकता हूँ आपसे.
Correct.
और आपकी अभी की जर्नी में ये ऑडियंस को आप जोड़ पा रहे हो करेंटली, एंड लाइक अगर मुझे आपका पूरा बिजनेस स्प्रिट समझना हो तो ये जो ऑडियंस है जो कम टिकट साइज में आ रहा है, वो कितना बड़ा है करेक्ट.
Also, I mean, the entire millennial
Yeah.
generation, right? What we realized is a lot of people. So I did a poll very recently on like
Okay.
LinkedIn, and I keep on doing polls. I don't know
Yeah.
if you must have
I
seen.
keep
मैं
on-
polls बहुत करता हूँ. So
Yeah.
just very curious about what does the millennial think about real estate investing. So I put a poll saying that what is your biggest obstacle, and obviously most of the people who follow me are like people in my generation, etc., entrepreneurs, fellow entrepreneurs. What is the biggest obstacle you face while investing in real estate?
Yeah.
And around I think 25% said its data is not accurate enough, like there is a lot of opaqueness, transparency, etc. And around I think 35 to 40% said that it's beyond my ticket size.
Yeah.
So that is the misconception which people have, and not necessarily fractional. There are so many beautiful products
Yeah.
in real estate which are created by, I mean, it's not only the world, it's also India.
Yeah.
Like there is a product which is real estate investment trust, right?
Yeah.
Called a REIT.
REIT.
A REIT is basically आप समझे, it's like a mutual fund of real estate.
Absolutely.
Right? How in mutual funds you own a unit of a mutual fund,
Yeah.
and the entire thing gets pooled in and invested in stocks.
Yes.
Same thing, you own a share of a real estate investment trust,
Got it.
and that entire money gets pooled from multiple investors and gets invested into real estate,
Got it.
and that income gets passed on to investors as dividends,
Lovely.
like income generating real estate. But so, and each unit of a REIT is 500 rupees.
Got
So it's not 500 exactly.
Yeah.
It's I mean, each share is around 300. One is 300. There are 3 REITs in India.
it. Yeah.
One is by Embassy, one is by Brookfield,
And what is my?
and one is Mindspace Raheja. Correct. So the 3, usually one share is only 300 rupees or approximately. So you can invest in real estate with just 300 rupees.
Got it.
And there is a misconception that it's expensive. No, invest in REITs if you don't have the ticket size.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you want to earn more return, it's a simple rule. आपको ज़्यादा capital
Yeah.
देना पड़ेगा. But that does not mean that you don't invest in real estate.
Absolutely.
Right? So start your journey from REITs. We have REITs also as a product on the platform.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have so many products. You can pick and choose what you want. REITs is an asset class.
Got it.
We have all the 3 REITs on the platform, and we have showcased real estate investment trust in a very different manner. We've
Got it.
showcased it as a real estate product and not as a stock.
Understood.
People correlated it to a stock, but no, it's a real estate product.
Okay.
You should understand the underlying. Let's say a REIT manages 10,000 crores.
ठीक है.
Where does that 10,000 crores go? Which property, which tenants are sitting in the property? You need to understand that.
Oh.
And which is what we've shown it on our platform, which is
Wow.
very different from any other platform or stockbroking platform.
This I got to check out for myself
Correct.
as well.
Correct.
So, to all the audience, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जो आज हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. आप लोग जब इंटरनेट पे रहते हैं तो काफी सारे ऐसे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं जो आपको रियल एस्टेट के खिलाफ इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए बहुत ज्यादा एक्साइट करते हैं.
Very.
आपको लगता है वो दिखाएंगे गोल्ड कैसे अच्छा है रियल एस्टेट से. वो रियल एस्टेट के सबसे वर्स्ट परफॉर्मिंग सिटी, वर्स्ट परफॉर्मिंग ईयर को साथ लाएंगे और उसको कंपेयर करेंगे गोल्ड के बेस्ट टेन्योर से. ये सच नहीं है दोस्तों. सो आई बिलीव कैनिश, वन प्रॉमिस दैट वी विल मेक इज हम आगे जरूर कोलैबोरेट करेंगे और एक दो ऐसे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स को भी लाते हैं जो रियल एस्टेट के खिलाफ इन्वेस्टमेंट की
Correct.
बातों पे ज्यादा तवज्जो देते हैं. अब बोलते हैं यार केवल रेंट करो, बाय करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है.
Correct.
रियल एस्टेट की इन्वेस्टमेंट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. बट गाइस, आपको समझना जरूरी है, रियल एस्टेट सालों से एक ऐसा एसेट क्लास रहा है जहाँ पे आप जब इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं
Correct.
आप ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम जरूर बेनिफिट, और जो आपके यील्ड्स है और जो कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन का जो रिटर्न है वो वन ऑफ द हाईएस्ट दैट यू विल ऑलवेज गेट इनटू द मार्केट.
Correct.
So please make sure that you do not get blinded by those thought processes which are there in the internet. Listen to the people like Kenish, Propreturns के प्लेटफॉर्म को जाके फॉलो कीजिए, ज्यादा नॉलेज पाइए. फिर आपको लगता है कि ये गलत है और ये मार्केट सही नहीं है तो आप उनकी सुनिए. बट एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कन्वर्सेशन दैट वी आर हैविंग विद Kenish, and this is an important message that I want to give you all. So Kenish, coming back to you, ये जो आप बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, मुझे समझ में आया 2 चीजें कि ये जो आपने अपने कुछ प्रोप्राइटरी एल्गोरिथम्स बनाए हैं
Correct.
फॉर योर ड्यू डिलिजेंस, राइट. एंड जो आपने ये जो रीड्स के लिए बहुत इंस्ट्रूमेंट, बहुत अच्छा एक चीज समझाई जो मुझे समझना होगा इस इंटरव्यू के बाद. आपसे मुझे ये जानना है यार कि आप ये जब बिजनेस कर रहे हैं तो हमेशा एक क्वेश्चन होता है कि हम फ्यूचर में जब रहेंगे, कोई बड़ा खिलाड़ी आ गया, ज्यादा पैसे के साथ आ गया,
Correct.
तो हम उनसे फाइट कैसे करेंगे? तो दैट्स द रीजन एवरी स्टार्टअप लुक्स आउट कि हम एक मोट बनाए, राइट? ऐसी चीज जो कोई कर ना पाए, केवल हम ही जानते हैं। आपको क्या लगता है आपके करंट बिजनेस में, व्हाट इज इट दैट यू आर वर्किंग अपॉन और यू ऑलरेडी हैव, जिसको आप अपना मोट बुला सकते?
Correct. So, I mean, every company's biggest moat, not a lot of people accept it, but is their people,
Yeah.
right? And I strongly believe that our biggest moat is us.
Yeah.
Us founders, my team,
Yeah.
the mission and the vision which we have to change the entire real estate investment ecosystem in India. You won't find it, that often.
Okay.
But that is one underlying mode. But the biggest is the entire ecosystem which we've created of the entire real estate investor fraternity.
Yeah.
A huge number of our transactions happen through referrals.
Got it.
Like an investor who wants to invest around 15 crores will refer us to someone who wants to invest 15 or more.
Yes.
So the referral tier goes higher rather than lower.
Got it.
And this is our true moat. Our true moat is our customers.
Yeah.
And that's for every business. The customers are very loyal to us purely because the asset classes we provide them, the transparency which not many people give them in real estate, right? I mean, each and every member of the team is the face of Propreturns, right?
Yeah.
And you have to be as transparent, as trustworthy in your business. So our moat, I mean, this is the second layer of moat, which I would say is the ecosystem we've created, is the number of sellers who work with us, investors. Today we worked with almost, I think, over 900 channel partners, 15,000 investors, like I was saying, almost 2,000 to 3,000 sellers.
Wow.
So the entire ecosystem really loves working in, and the liquidity we provide. Today, if you're a seller on the platform, the magic of our platform is that if you have a pre-leased property to sell, it takes us on an average 7 to 10 days to sell your property.
Wow, because of the investor.
Because of the pool we have. And it's not only about data. I can't say that jitne zyada investors itna zyada moat. It's about the relationship you have with the investors, how much they love your product. So our moat has always been that. Investors loving our product. But the largest moat is obviously the technology. What we are using, what the entire platform is about.
Yeah.
The simplicity of using it, enabling you to find your asset class.
Yeah.
We are also a lot of intelligence and data which goes into it. We have our own layer of intelligence where we will add very soon to the platform, so that you can make literally when you're locating the asset, you have each and every data set, data point, everything available for you on the platform. So that is the tech layer to it, that everything should be available at your fingertips. And which is why we're working, our entire product team is working really hard to make it possible that you should have access to each and every data about the property, so that the decision becomes more smoother. So right now I would say we are at 20%, like I kept on saying, data hai, but to be honest, 20% tak pahunche. We want to take it to 100%, and for that team is working day in, day out to provide each and every data point, and that is our biggest moat. These are just some of the things which I feel.
So Kenish, my next question to you is, अगर मैं एक कस्टमर हूँ, मैंने प्रॉपर्टीज के बारे में देखा कहीं से या समझा कहीं से, और मैंने एक लीड दे दिया आपको,
Correct.
मेरी लीड आपके पास आ गई, अब मेरी जर्नी आप बताइए, मेरे साथ क्या होगा?
Correct. So first you come on the platform, right? So there are two ways to arrive at the platform, right? Obviously advertisements, right? We run obviously a lot of digital marketing, etc.
Yeah.
So two ways how it works. If you come just as a lead, first step, you would get in touch with someone in our team who we call relationship managers.
Okay.
Right? A relationship manager will really guide you on the different options we have, right? Different opportunities, which makes more sense. Where should you put your money? Right? And everything about the property, literally A to Z. Matlab, even if we don't know you, we will tell you everything because it's our passion. Like even if आपको invest नहीं भी करना है, हम आपको सब कुछ बता देते हैं.
Super.
right? And obviously advice should never be charged,
Absolutely.
So we guide you through the entire journey. Then we take you to the platform. We send you the different opportunities available on the platform, obviously through a link. You see each and every opportunity. You study the data, study the metrics, study the return, etc.
Got it.
So that is the first phase where you're just discovering.
Got it.
Second phase, obviously every business in real estate has an offline piece to it. So second, you would come with us to see those properties.
Got it.
Right? Inspect them, understand the location, understand the micro market. And third step is, again, if you like the asset, we negotiate, close, help you in deal flow, negotiation, paperwork. We even, and something on the platform which we've started very recently is we want to cover the entire life cycle of the transaction.
Okay.
So you come on the platform, you inquire, you like an asset, you see the property, you close the transaction, we give you loan also for the property.
Wow.
So we give, there is a special type of loan for pre-leased assets. It's called lease rental discounting.
Okay.
And it's a very beautiful concept.
Okay.
Not a lot of people know about it. How it works is whatever rental income you're getting from the property, that goes towards your EMI payments.
Wow. And
So
how does it work with banks?
How it works is, let's say I'm a bank, HDFC Bank, for example. You are buying a property, let's say 5 crores, rented out to Amazon, for example.
Okay.
Right? You receive rental income of, let's say, hypothetically 7% later to 35 lakhs.
Okay.
साल का, I'm just giving
हाँ.
example, साल का तो मतलब 3 लाख महीने का, for example. So how it works is, you from HDFC will give you a product called lease rental discounting, where the collateral, the underlying collateral of the property will be the rental payments.
Okay.
Not the specific property itself. So whatever rental आपको 3 लाख आ रहा है, that will go towards EMI.
Okay.
And your property eventually becomes free in 9 to 12 years. Free. Like,
Wow.
for example,
And in that case, the rent goes directly to the bank?
rent goes towards EMI, right? So the entire product of lease rental discounting is created for pre-leased assets.
Wow.
And banks have created this product because they know pre-lease is a huge asset class.
Wow.
How it works is, today आप 100 रुपया की property हो, आप 100 रुपया में you put 30 rupees of your own money, 70 rupees you borrow from the bank.
Yeah.
Right? A portion of your rental income goes towards EMI.
Yeah.
Right? The rental income, let's say the tenant is for 10 years. 10 साल के लिए rental EMI में जाता होगा. Not complete portion, a small portion, and the rest comes to your pocket.
Got it.
After 9 to 10 years, all your EMI is paid off. Your property is completely 100% equity with you.
True.
So your 30 rupees ka investment didn't become 100 rupees. It became 30 rupees, became 160, 170 because the underlying property appreciated.
Wow.
So that is LRD, which is lease rental discounting, it's a short way of generating wealth. You can think of it, because you're not focusing on monthly cash flow, you're focusing on wealth creation. So we advise a lot of people to build wealth with real estate, not just look at income. Don't go behind 50,000 kam mila.
Yeah.
Look at how much wealth you can create.
True that.
So with 30 rupees, you can create an asset worth 160 by just putting 30 rupees of your own capital.
Imagine, guys, let me tell you, Kenish, I know a fair bit of real estate, but this is fairly new to me.
Correct.
And I'm mind blown. Means, I'm actually gonna be catching hold of you to get me some kind of opportunity in this space. Because now, guys, आपने कभी सोचा है कि हम जितने भी इन्वेस्टमेंट एसेट क्लासेस की बात करते हैं, वहां पे रियल एस्टेट से ज्यादा मजबूत क्या है? मतलब जिसको बैंक भी फाइनेंस करने को तैयार है, क्या वो क्रिप्टो है? नहीं.
No.
Right? क्या वो गोल्ड है? Banks are not gonna come and loan you. They can give you loan against gold, but not for the buying purpose. They are not putting it, right? So the banks are also supporting a particular medium. And यहाँ पे जो हमने समझा वो ये कि कैसे अपने 30 रुपए में 150 से 160 रुपए कमाने की एक अपॉर्चुनिटी ढूंढ ली.
Just 30 rupees.
Just 30 rupees. Now that is not possible anywhere in the world. So all the people, all those influencers, and all the people who are watching it, you got to really understand कि थोड़ा सा समय देते हैं सही लोगों से समझने के लिए, सही अपॉर्चुनिटीज देखने के लिए, and what you can do with your real estate investments is a different ball game altogether. थोड़ा सा प्यार और मोहब्बत Propreturns जैसी टीम के साथ और हमें देना होगा और उनको समझना होगा, because this opportunities are only gonna get better with time.
Correct.
So coming back, Kenish, to you, my one question that I ask every speaker on this series, and which is my favorite, and this is also the signature. You have to tell me 2 startups from Indian PropTech ecosystem.
Okay.
जो आपको पसंद है, आप एडमायर कर रहे हो या उनका काम आपको बहुत पसंद है या you are inspired by them. Who are those 2 startups?
Got it. So one would be I mean not many people know,
Yeah.
but WeWork in India is technically a startup because
He's very smart. See, he's actually right. So
it is because
yeah.
not many people know that WeWork India is
Yeah.
independent from WeWork Global as a brand, right? WeWork India is an initiative by the embassy family,
Yeah.
Jeetu Virwani. They started it, they grew it, and I would say today, today they're the largest co-working operator in
Yeah.
India, I guess, and they're doing tremendous.
Yeah.
They turned profitable. They raised equity investment. So the entire path they've taken, it's very rare for co-working
Yeah.
operators to be profitable very early in their journey.
And we got to give it to both, like
The brand creation.
Yeah, but also the fact, see, Jeetu Virwani you quoted, but I believe both the kids,
Karan and Aditya.
and Karan specifically, who's running this show.
Correct.
एक embassy ऐसी family से निकल के, he could have just taken the legacy forward.
Correct.
But he looked upon this as a opportunity and a problem that was getting solved, and he had that belief. And he lived by it, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you would have been just added to the family, the net worth would have only grown. But he chose a tough battle for himself to establish himself, and that is one thing that I got to give. And yes, I usually, WeWork आपने बस बोला होता तो मैं बोलता दूसरा नाम, but WeWork India बोल के, you did well.
Yeah.
But what is the second startup?
So my second, I would say, favorite platform,
Yeah.
as a whole, I really love the way housing.com, I would still consider it as a startup only, because the liquidity which they,
Yeah.
I think that is the most beautiful marketplaces, the
Yeah.
actual marketplace which you can create
Yeah.
for a real estate fraternity. And I think
For the user experience.
for the user experience, and they were one of the earliest.
Yes.
Obviously there were 99 acres bhi hai, Magic Bricks bhi hai, housing bhi hai, but I'm not saying specifically one is better than the other. I'm just saying the entire user experience of housing and establishing its foot in India, that abhi real estate can also come online.
True that.
That was a big step for real estate.
That was the real seed that got into everybody's head.
So correct.
And no doubt, you got a good way around it. And but yeah, I got to admit, when I saw housing.com for the first time, I fell in love with the product.
Yeah,
Right?
products.
Because I could really see that 7 साल 8 साल जो हमारे incumbents थे 99 acres और Magic Bricks ने, उन्होंने ये चीज नहीं तोड़ी थी जिन्होंने आते ही तोड़ दी.
Correct.
Right? I remember in one of the interviews, InfoEdge, founder Mr. Sanjeev, he
Yeah.
mentioned that housing.com with the maps and all, they made art, and they made business, which is maybe fine from his perspective, but the user experience really got involved from there. And I've literally seen 99 acres, Magic Bricks changing the way
The UI, the user experience
looked like, the UI looked like, and we got to give the credit there. And without doubt, of course, whatever shortfall happened,
Correct.
today, in terms of the traffic, if I'm not wrong, if my stats are right, they are the number one
Number
traffic
one.
generating platform
for
marketplace
residential
use case.
real estate marketplace.
Yes. So, and
Yeah,
that's
the best.
itself is an amazing testimony to how they started, to what they are doing. Of course, it's a Proprietary team and Dhruv who is running the
Dhruv.
show. But kudos to them, and nice. You bail yourself out in a very, very nice manner. I was actually looking at कि Kenish कुछ
सब controversial.
नाम देगा और एक inspiration बताएगा, but he is a smart chap. You got to learn a lot from him. So coming to the next question that I carry, जो important है, right? आपने तो बहुत अर्ली एज में ही देख लिया, बट काफी लोग बहुत बहुत साल लगा देते हैं, राइट, इस क्वेश्चन और इसको समझने के लिए. जो हमारा वर्ड है फंडिंग.
Okay.
ये पहली बात तो हर बार मैं बोलता हूँ, प्रॉपटेक बिल्कुल ही सेक्सी स्पेस नहीं है फॉर इन्वेस्टर्स, वो मैं समझ चुका हूँ और बहुत लोगों ने मुझे बताया.
It is not.
बट आपने ऐसा क्या अपने डेक में लिखा that if I'm not wrong, it took you 8 months to get yourself
More
funded,
than
right?
that, yeah.
Okay. Who actually came on your cap table eventually?
Got it.
Can you take us to that journey and
Sure.
what was so different?
So, what was different is the vision we had. Like we wanted to, I mean, real estate investments. So let me go a little
Sure.
bit behind, in the sense that there is a platform called Y Combinator. Not many people know about it, or maybe they might know about it. Y Combinator is the world's leading startup accelerator, incubator. Getting a opportunity to be a part of a Y Combinator startup, which is so just to name a few, I think एक तो Airbnb है, Grow है, Meesho है,
India से
Zepto है.
वो सबसे बड़ा एग्जांपल है.
Yeah.
Right?
So some very great companies have been born out of Y Combinator. Y Combinator was the first company to fund those startups like Airbnb, etc.
Yeah.
Right? So
Even, Y Combinator, yes. But the guy who runs Y Combinator is one of the earliest investor in the company that we all know as Meta today and Facebook.
yeah.
Right, so that is the vision, and I believe that was his start, where he could see the potential, and that's where Y Combinator later on came in place. And वर्ल्ड की जो बेस्ट स्टार्टअप्स हैं आज के डेट में, आई बिलीव उसमें सबसे अच्छा खासा शेयर जो है वो Y Combinator का है.
Yes.
एंड इंडिया में बहुत ही लिमिटेड कंपनीज है जिनको ये सौभाग्य हासिल होता है जो उनके रोस्टर पे रहे और उनसे सीख सके कि how to build a business. And I believe you guys have been amazing to make sure that you finish that journey.
Correct.
And get to them and get them along with you.
So, I mean, our entire funding cycle started from Y Combinator.
Yeah.
Me and my co-founders, we always had a dream.
Yeah.
The kabhi na kabhi YC startup. They say, tum YC startup ho. Wo tag, but earlier we thought it was all about the tag. I mean, anyone would.
Yeah.
Ki, you're a YC startup, very credible. It's like IIT, but for like
Absolutely, for
startups.
the startups.
Yeah. So it was always our dream. We applied with the delivery company which I mentioned about. I applied to Y Combinator. Y Combinator rejected us. We got rejected 3 times.
Wow.
One also, when we were starting Propreturns, we applied to Y Combinator. One when we had, so basically we got rejected when we started Propreturns. We applied to Y Combinator, we got rejected. Then we went back to Y Combinator and said, hey, look, we have business, we have people paying, we made this much revenue and this model really works.
Yeah.
And that's how we got accepted. So, I mean, believe it or not, the entire experience of Y Combinator teaches you a lot about how to build a startup.
Yeah.
Earlier it was all about tag, but then later it was about the learning, the experience, the network you built of peers, entrepreneurs, etc. So just to go back, Y Combinator is where our journey started.
Yeah.
That enabled us to come in front of huge names globally, venture capitalists, angel investors, etc. So some of them being Soma Capital, which is a huge venture capital firm in the US, Silicon Valley, etc. Goodwater Capital and multiple more. So Y Combinator gave us that platform and a lot of so we've learned everything, like there's nothing to hide. We've learned everything from the PropTech space in US.
Got it.
Right? It's quite mature. And
which is your favorite company there?
So my favorite company is Roofstock.
Okay.
Roofstock. So I mean, I don't even have to hide it. The entire UI and UX of Roofstock, we've copied it. We've copied a great part of it because it works. Yeah. It's beautifully done up. Nice. There's a company called Roofstock, just to give you some background. It is today one of America's largest real estate investment marketplace.
Wow.
Purely catering towards investment.
Right.
Similar to us, purely catering towards income generating real estate. They've surpassed $2 billion in transactions, like I said, in 5 years or 6 years. I don't know the exact time frame. But like I was coming to, right, we were very inspired by all these companies and a lot of American venture capitalists, etc. They really saw the
Potential.
The potential, but more than the potential, the thirst, which we had to solve a major problem. Everywhere in the world, there is a MLS, right? MLS is basically a multi-listing service, which basically multiple listings.
Yeah.
So MLS is basically it's like a database of all the properties with complete data. India में ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. So there is no one centralized place where you can go, I trust this data.
Yeah.
This is listed recently, listed by a professional,
Yeah.
etc. So there is no MLS. US there is an MLS. Here there is no MLS, which basically means that there is no organization
Yes.
of real estate data, real estate properties,
True that.
no standardization. So we thought that, you know what, this is a big opportunity. There's no MLS here in India, especially for real estate investments. The market in US is massive, $1 trillion market. One of the largest asset classes in the world today is real estate. I mean, all of us know real estate is the largest asset class, but how much of it is income generating? Not much.
Yes.
Right? And these kinds of opportunities are not portrayed towards investors.
True that.
So that's how, just to give you some spec, that's what investors saw in us. That's what the vision we had, the problem we are solving to make real estate industry in India, you know, a little completely, I mean, radically transparent, like I said, more open, right, more data backed. People should not use gut. So this one is very new for the Western side, right? There people rely on data, people rely on trust, etc. So that's what they saw in us, and that made us raise from many more successful people in the industry. Those are Kunal Shah from Cred. We raised from Karan Virwani, Aditya Virwani, both, right? Very successful people, very reputed people in the industry. We raised from Nitin Jain, Off Business co-founder. We raised from Varun Alag, who's the co-founder of Mama. So, correct. So, I mean, great successful companies which have backed us, successful entrepreneurs which have backed us.
So could you tell all the entrepreneurs who are watching it कि Y Combinator चलो हो गया, now जो बाद में ये लोग जो कैपिटल पर आए, उन्होंने आपको अप्रोच किया, आपने उनको अप्रोच किया, कैसे किया?
So how it works is, it works through one connect. So Y Combinator got us. It all starts from one piece in a puzzle, right? Y Combinator was the first piece. We got multiple other pieces, right, in the puzzle, which laid the foundation.
Yes.
Then a lot of angel investors we reached out to, majority of them, and they really saw the potential, the young team making a dent in the ecosystem, you know. And people were like, pehle to bol rahe the crazy ho, you're a bunch of 20-year-olds. How are you going to change an industry which is there since hundreds of years, which is so conventional? How are you going to change it?
Absolutely.
You know, you have no experience, you have no knowledge, etc. But then when people saw that the business is working, we're making revenue, we're profitable, which is very important. I mean, that's how we got investors on board. Right? A lot of entrepreneurs referred us to their fellow entrepreneurs, right? Co-founders, founders of billion-dollar companies saw the vision, and that's how they all invested in our company eventually. So it all starts from like a couple of pieces, and then you make the entire puzzle, you know, through a common connect, and then you reach out to a lot of people, and that's how it works. I mean, you have to do a lot of cold emailing, cold LinkedIn messages.
Any day.
Everyone has to do it.
You got to hustle, guys.
You got to hustle.
What he also spoke is, जो हमें दिखता है वो ये दिखता है कि Y Combinator गए, उसके बाद बड़े-बड़े लोग जुड़ गए. What we do not see is the hustle that has gone behind, and also Proprietors शुरू करने से पहले का जो hustle है. So Kenish, one of the very important arguments in debates, since me and you are coming from two different generations, right? Not exactly, but today a 10 years difference is a good difference. I keep telling my young guys in my team that, you know, यार कि 28 साल की जो age है ना, इसमें work life balance का definition थोड़ा strong कर लो. Right? Work life balance is very very important, but 28 से पहले का जो definition और 28 के बाद का जो difference है शायद वो अलग है. Right? So मैं कहता हूँ उनको कि यार आप पहले ये समझो कि मंथ्स में वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस हो, 1-2 महीना घर से काम किया, 1 महीना ब्रेक लो, फिर वीक्स में आओ, फिर तो लाइफ डेज में ले ही आएगी जिसमें आपको 9 to 6 करना ही है, क्योंकि घर में जाना ही है, बीवी वाला बहुत मारेगी, राइट? सो and I I never want कि कोई भी काम की वजह से किसी का divorce हो यार, right? So the question that this I'm asking to you because मैंने आपका एक LinkedIn post देखा जिसमें मुझे ऐसा लगा कि यार you also have a similar viewpoint.
Correct.
So today's generation, how do you see that how should they really try to find and define their work-life balance का definition?
Got it. So, my personal opinion would be that this is what I wrote in my post also, that I would always choose temporary work-life imbalance over a life, actually not over, for a lifetime of permanent work-life balance.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And that has always been my opinion. Like, I've always hustled. And I've always told my friends, people who I work with, to hustle because, like you said, right, 27, 28 tak hai, that time when you can go all in, right? You can give in your everything, and every day you come, you need to give it better than what you did yesterday.
True that.
So, I've always been not a very strong believer of work-life balance, and a lot of people don't like me for that.
Okay.
People criticize, and at least like people in my generation, millennials, etc. They sometimes criticize me for not being a part of parties. Not being a part of social gatherings. Family, friends both say कि थोड़ा involve हो.
Absolutely.
But if you love what you do and if you enjoy what you do, don't let anyone reprimand you or criticize you for not being a part of something, because you're already a part of something way bigger and you're making an impact which they won't see today, but they will see 10 years down the line.
Absolutely.
So I'm a very strong proponent of not having work-life balance, at least in my age. I'm not saying ki
at the start of your career.
It depends person to person, but something very critical is every time you hustle, right? And I read this something very interestingly, is there is a 90% chance you'll fail, but there is a 100% probability of one thing, and that is learning.
True that.
Every time you fail, every time you learn 100%, but आपका every venture you start, every initiative you take, your probability of learning will always be 100%. But your probability of failure will, from 90% will become 80, 70, 60.
True that.
So keep on hustling, because you're going to learn a lot of things which you're not going to learn it the normal way. It's like हम real estate में बोलते हैं कि office में बैठ के कुछ नहीं देख. You're not going to learn anything, right? You have to go field man.
Absolutely.
And you have to correct with the customers, see the properties, feel the experience what your customers are experiencing, right? So that is my personal opinion.
I'm totally,
I may be completely wrong, but
stand your ground. And to all the young guys, the point that Kenish also mentioned, हर आदमी की अपनी एक taste है, and we have to respect all the taste. But एक mantra which is a true one, कि जो लाइफ में जो फ्यूचर में पैसा कमाते हुए एक लाइफ ऐसी चाहिए जहाँ पे कंफर्ट भी हो, उसके लिए यही आई बिलीव गोइंग फॉरवर्ड इज गोइंग टू बी अ फॉर्मूला. अगर आपको लगता है कि यू आर चेजिंग आर्ट, यू आर चेजिंग अ जर्नी वेयर मनी इज नॉट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, यस यू कैन लिव द वे यू वांट इट, बट इफ यू वांट टू बी रियली रियली कंफर्टेबल विद मनी इन द फ्यूचर, because this whole currency play, it is only going to get difficult to earn with the way technology and the way the world is evolving. And the early age, you are much more open to ideas.
Exactly.
Much more flexible. You can grasp things into one vertical and in domain that you want to be a little more better, a little more faster. And this only will become your foundation for a beautiful career ahead. So Kenish, I totally back.
And like just to add on that, like it is very important, at least in our age, to invest in ourselves. Like it's the best investment. I would just say forget stocks, ये सब. Till the age of 25, invest in yourself. ठीक है, passive investments करो, but that is the best investment, and put most of your time right in yourself, because that is going to reward you not now, but at 30, 35, 40.
Absolutely.
Right. So that is something which I just wanted to add. Very critical.
True that. Without doubt. So Kenish, one last question that we have for you today. It is our signature question again.
Correct.
And take your time to revert if you want. The question is very simple. If Propreturns is an individual, एक आदमी है Propreturns. हमें और हमारे ऑडियंस को ये जानना है कि उसका दिन कैसा जाता है अगर वही सेम जर्नी या वही सेम ऑब्जेक्टिव और गोल आपको रीच करना है. मतलब ये नहीं कि आपने एक बंदे की कहानी बता दी. अब आप लोग करेंटली आज 37 लोगों की टीम है. 37 लोगों का काम एक आदमी को करना हो. टेक मी थ्रू द डे कि आज है संडे सपोज, तो मंडे कैसा होगा?
Got it. Very unique, first of all, question.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, if Propreturns was just one single person, first thing Propreturns would do when they wake up, when Propreturns wakes up, let's say, would, I think, just look at the platform,
Okay.
be proud of what you've built,
Okay.
and just,
He will have some narcissistic quality.
yeah, like, criticize your product,
Yeah.
but at the same time, be proud of what you've
Absolutely,
built,
yes. No, no.
right? And that's what
That will only keep you motivated.
correct.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So
Yeah.
if I wake up in the morning,
get
I see Propreturns.
Yeah.
I see isme kya I can do better, and that's
Yeah.
what Propreturns would do.
Yeah.
First thing, wake up, see what you can do better,
True that.
see what you can change. Next step, how will you know that you have to do things better? The second thing Propreturns would do is speak to customers,
Yeah.
speak to our investors, understand what they want to invest, where do they want to invest,
Yeah.
right? Which asset class makes more sense. Typical things. Spend as much time and build a relationship with your customers. That's what I would, if Propreturns was one person, would do. Third, Propreturns would invest a lot of time into learning,
Yeah.
and that's what everyone should do.
Yeah.
Business is important, but acumen comes from learning, right? And Propreturns would read a lot of books.
Yeah.
Propreturns would educate itself about what's happening in the environment,
Yeah.
what startups are going on, what is the space like in real estate, what are the needs of customers. So that would be like, I think, the third thing.
Get it?
Fourth, Propreturns would spend maybe the later half of the day, second half ke baad, just I think continuously evaluating from the product side of things, from
Got it.
technology, right? Building a better product.
Yeah.
Earlier it was about what went wrong. The morning is about what went wrong
Yeah.
and how you can improve it. The second half is about executing it,
Yeah.
right? Building a better product, working on a lot of features. Today we work on so much algorithms, data, intelligence,
Yeah.
right? We continuously, I'm not a CTO, so I don't
Yeah.
relate too much to technology, but what I can say is invest heavily in technology.
Yeah.
And Propreturns would do the same.
Got it.
Invest a lot of time. And I think lastly, I would say Propreturns, every business has three verticals, right? So operations,
Yeah.
marketing, and technology. This is how I sort of,
Beautiful.
So Propreturns would spend time on marketing.
Yeah.
And that's a huge, obviously Insomniacs hai to you to understand only.
Yeah.
But getting those leads on the platform, how do you maximize it,
True that.
right? A lot of terms are there. Marketing method, it's a big C. But
Absolutely.
But spending time on how you can make the campaign more effective, on the creatives, on the design.
What is it that you communicate? What is it?
How do you
that, how the people are responding?
Correct.
How do you improve your CTR?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
this is a different
Ball game.
altogether.
It's experts like you can understand. हमें तो
No.
Prima
You
facie.
guys have been doing amazing, and let me tell you, this is your our sixth episode.
Correct.
And I believe this is the best answer that anybody has given for this particular question. Very nicely, you have put down what all does it really take to run this show, right? कभी कभी मुझे लगता है यार कि स्टार्टअप का आइडिया आया है, शुरू कर दो. Ignorance is bliss, as we say. But at the same time, we forget that आगे की जो जर्नी है बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट है और उसमें एक साथ हमें बहुत सारी चीजें देखनी पड़ती है. 24 घंटे भी कम पड़ते हैं कभी.
And lastly,
Yeah.
what Propreturns would do is
Yeah.
end your day with gratitude,
True that.
right? Be grateful for what you've built, because if you're not,
True that.
right, you're not going to build something bigger than what it was a day earlier.
Absolutely.
If you keep on criticizing,
Yeah.
you're not going to reach where you aim to reach.
True.
So just be grateful. Like, just enjoy. I know it's contradictory to work-life balance, but just
But the enjoyment is about that.
Correct.
You know, you're working. The fun.
The fun is in the
working,
work.
right?
Correct.
That is the real fun.
That
At
is the
times,
real fun.
at least for the entrepreneurs who are trying to build the right
Exactly.
businesses, right? And who better than Kenish today at such a young age to inspire all of us, right? So, Kenish, with that, I just thought कि मेरा वो last question होगा. एक क्वेश्चन मुझे ऐसा लगा आपके कन्वर्सेशन के थ्रू कि कस्टमर्स ये जो हमारे ऑडियंस है
Correct.
उसको उनको समझ में आना चाहिए. How do you make money? Which is a place in the whole cycle where you end up making money?
So, how we make money, like our business model is very simple, right? We make money through transactions. So,
Yes.
each and every transaction which happens through the platform, right, we charge a fee, which is a traditional brokerage fee.
Right.
And that's our core business model.
Got it.
But we have different verticals. We make money also through loans. So, we have loans as a vertical.
Yeah.
So the entire idea is to create, to link each and every
Yeah.
part in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And obviously, as a business, you cannot sacrifice revenue from one vertical.
True that.
So you link the entire vertical and give the customer a one-stop shop for real estate investments.
Got it.
Right? So that's how we make money. And we're building some very exciting products coming soon. So yeah. Stay tuned.
So absolutely, I'm looking forward to what all is coming from Propreturns. We will have a season 2, and pretty sure I would want to know what all that you have talked. We are going to see you executing them. And would you mind telling in a very brief way what to expect from you guys in the next 1 year? By the way,
100%.
what is it that you guys are up to now?
So we are heavily invested in bringing opportunities to investors which they've never got before.
Okay.
Real estate being an asset class, we also believe that affordability is a key.
Yeah.
Right? The millennials, right, want to invest in real estate. Today there are very limited options under 3 to 5 lakhs.
Okay.
There is literally no option.
Yeah.
Like 3 से 5 lakh. So let me tell you, we did a study and we realized कि millennials को real estate में, if they want to start investing, a sweet ticket size would be anywhere between 1 to 2, 1 to 3 lakhs.
Sure.
Right? That, not specifically real estate, but if they want to start on their investment journey, they're making good salaries, saving a good portion. 1 to 3 lakhs के बीच में उनको लगता है कि let me, but where is there an option at 1 to 3 lakhs in real estate, especially in Mumbai?
Yeah.
There is practically no option, which is safe, which gives you good returns, etc. So we are coming up with very exciting opportunities where the minimum investment will be as low as 2.5 lakhs.
And this will not be fractional buying?
Not fractional.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah, 2.5 lakhs. Returns, right? Just to give you a brief range, will range anywhere between 10 to 12% per year.
Okay.
And very safe products, very easy to understand.
Wow.
These will be core real estate investment products.
Wow.
So I can't reveal, unfortunately, a lot because it's under diligence. But stay tuned.
I'm already excited.
Stay tuned because
by when can we expect? हमें कब website आपकी दोबारा ढंग से check करनी है?
in the next 20 days.
In the next 20 days.
20 to 30 days we'll
So
be
guys,
launching.
by the time we're shooting and we are gonna be exactly going live in the 20 days. So by the time you're gonna watch this episode, I believe you would have been live.
We would be live.
So जो ये आपने वीडियो देखा उसके बाद जाके आप Propreturns की वेबसाइट चेक कीजिए and देखिए कि क्या नई अपॉर्चुनिटी Kenish and team has already given in the small ticket sizes.
Correct.
I'm myself excited. I'm not going to ask you, even off the camera. I would love to see what you guys are up to.
We are very excited for the same. And the entire idea is, हमें सबको appeal करना है. Like today, a good portion of our customer base is high net worth individuals.
Yeah.
And we're very excited working with them, but we, as a business, we're always hungry.
True that.
And we feel there's immense opportunity in the really low ticket size.
True.
See, 25 lakhs, 15 lakhs is also expensive for millennials, for
absolutely
people who are in their late 20s, right? So 1 to 5 lakhs, tremendous opportunity, huge gap in real estate. If you can solve that, you can be a pioneer in that space.
I'm pretty sure. this will be a game changer of a sort, because I know typically from a digital marketing experiences, the moment we know that okay, the ticket sizes are getting low, suddenly you get the bottom of the pyramid, the CTR again goes higher, you have leads coming at a lower rate.
Exactly.
And if you have a right dialogue and conversation, why not? Because they're a great believer in real estate. I've literally seen that people do believe in it. All they need is a right hand-holding partner.
Correct.
And I believe Propreturns is going to be the one in the coming times. And I wish you all the best. Kenish, thanks a lot for taking all the time, being so candid, and the way you've spoken and broken down things for all of us to understand, and the learnings that I'm taking away today. Trust me, he talked about humbleness and gratitude, right? Here goes mine, where I'm going to tell that, at such a young age, I literally was looking forward that, he's going to come and the things that I can learn from him. And I believe this is one thing that I believe that, we all should just have. हमारी एज क्या है, हम कहाँ पे कौन सी जिंदगी के पड़ाव में हैं, हमें एक दूसरे से सीखना है, and as much as we can grow to push this industry forward and to push the awareness forward for real estate as an ecosystem, for PropTech as an ecosystem, is going to be our only endeavor. With that, thanks a lot guys for watching this video. Thanks a lot Kenish,
thank you so much
for joining us, and we will see all of you next Wednesday with our next guest. Thank you.
Thank you.